Minecraft modding, a way to modify your game and add custom features to your worlds. Throughout the years, the increased scope of mods has allowed players to adventure further than was ever possible before, to other dimensions, other planets, to fight bosses, wield the elements, and even create life. But how did this all begin? How did a community previously restricted to experienced Java programmers go mainstream? In this video, we investigate the fascinating history of Minecraft modding, the untold story lost to time. Modding first began in 2009, with the first public release of the game. Early mods consisted mostly of simple server-side mods that added ways for server owners to control their worlds. Client-side, or mods which worked on individual computers, were almost unheard of back then, with only a few quality-of-life mods existing in InDev and InfDev versions of the game. Such mods included the popular single-player commands mod, which allowed users to use in-game commands, and Cartograph, a mod which allowed to see a top-down view of the map. This would all change, however, when Minecraft Alpha came out in June of 2010, and the first real client-side mods were created. One of them was HMod, a very popular server management mod that allowed server owners even more freedom when modeling their servers, and also allowed for some of the first plugins. Very early in Minecraft's development, Notch, the creator of the game, obfuscated the source code to make it harder to steal or modify the Minecraft code, thus also making it harder to create mods for the game. In the early years of development, Notch did not want people creating mods that he felt would ruin his game. Michael Stoik, aka Sarge, who would later go on to work for Mojang, created MCP, Mod Coder Pack. This tool allowed users to deobfuscate the code and modify it in any way they wanted. This was the instigator to a new wave of Minecraft mods, each more complex than the last. The end of 2010 marked the release of the first big Minecraft mods, with popular and more complex mods such as Industrial Craft, Railcraft, and Buildcraft releasing around this time. Other popular tools released around this time included Bucket, a server-side mod created by past devs of HMod, and was built to replace and improve upon HMod. After much of the original HMod team left the project to work on Bucket, many players speculated that the beloved mod would soon fall into obscurity. HMod did manage to reform its team and rebrand it as a tool called Canary, which was built on the original code for HMod. Bucket used a server/mod framework called CraftBucket to provide a developer API for plugins to be created on, which allowed for more flexibility in the development and implementation of plugins. In layman's terms, it basically just allowed developers to more easily create plugins for servers. Around November of 2011, the Forge mod loader first released, a very popular tool that makes the process of downloading and installing multiple mods possible for players who found it previously difficult to do so, replacing an older and worse program called Risagami's mod loader, which ceased development several years later. Forge also included a lot of features to make mod development far easier. Alongside this, a server version of Forge was also released, which allowed for the first widely available modded servers. Forge revolutionized the modding community by allowing multiple mods to be run at once without needing to manipulate the base source code, leading to the emergence of some of the very first mod packs. Mods began getting more and more complex as the community grew, with mods such as the Aether releasing around this time, setting a standard for the genre that continues to this day. The growth of the community was in part attributed to many YouTubers who were beginning to make mod review videos, such as DanTDM, AntVenom, the Yogscast, Sky Does Minecraft, and popular MMOs. These videos quickly amassed thousands of views, throwing Minecraft into the spotlight of mass popularity and causing many developers to become interested in creating mods and attracting new players to try them. 2014 marked the rise of a new and improved server software, Sponge. Sponge had a much more powerful API for running plugins, and it was also compatible with Forge and could run mods. Spigot soon followed Sponge, another very popular server software which remains popular to this day. Spigot brought to the table a new technology called Bungee Cord, which allowed servers to run multiple instances that players could connect to without actually disconnecting from the server. An example of this in use are different minigames on popular servers such as Hypixel and the now shut down Hive server for Java. Soon after, it was modified and its stability increased. This new program was called Waterfall, and it ran on a more stable version of Spigot called PaperMC. This program is still used to this day by many servers, due to its usefulness when creating multiple instances on a server. When Minecraft was bought by Microsoft in 2014, many mod developers feared what this would mean for modding. Thankfully, Microsoft did not impose any restrictions for modding, and in fact supported the idea when they added a free Minecraft mod developer pack to Microsoft Visual Studio, allowing for an easier way to program mods. Concerns as to the future of modding would reappear in 2015, when a version for Windows 10 was released. Unlike the main Java version, the Windows 10 edition was going to be programmed completely in C++, due to this programming language improving the performance of the game above the Java version. However, Mojang assured the community that modding was not going to be affected by this change due to the main version of the game staying on Java. In 2018, Forge was rewritten to compensate for the large changes in Java version 1.13 and upcoming versions. Due to these changes and the fact that MCP mod coder pack was not updated past 1.12.2, caused mod developers to stick to that version. Recently, Forge mod loader has had a significant competitor, Fabric. Fabric is a mod loader that uses a library called Mixin, which allows it to make patches to the game to enhance performance. Forge, on the other hand, has pre-prepared patches that are applied, and some mods on Forge utilize a core mod to give them a route to access the Minecraft code. Overall, they are very different mod loaders and should be used for different scenarios. I won't pretend I know exactly how they work, but I do know that there are many new mods being made exclusively on Fabric, one of which is Sodium, which can increase performance exponentially more than Optifine. To this day, the modding community continues to thrive, inspired by the great mod creators of the past, some of whom were even offered jobs at Mojang, such as the creator of the Aether mod and the Bucket team, or had their mods integrated into the main game, in the form of items such as pistons and horses, originating from the Pistons mod and Mo creatures respectively. Overall, Minecraft owes a lot to these great minds, who have shaped the very nature of the game we have today. I'm excited to see how far mod developers will be able to push the game in the future, but for now, we'll just have to wait and see.